Welcome back to part 3, the final of the Zeds playthrough. Just some little remarks. I did everything right with the VIP survivors, that was okay. And I wasn't sure if I could assign the casualty to Hernandez. I could, I just looked it up in the rulebook, which means he doesn't have a casualty, he's flipped over to his weak side. A quick analysis. I'm still not sure how this is going to turn out. On the one hand, some tracks are really clear, but there we have 2 superset units and the berserks are smart, so they get a +1 shift. And the main problem I see is I don't have enough supplies and not enough ammo. And I'm not sure if I'll manage to find the final component. So without final component it's just it's not a stalemate if I keep the super weapon. So let's see how this turns out and go for the next turn. Next turn, unidentified mob appears. At the beginning of the RRR phase, make a fate draw. Here's my fate draw. It says player's choice. If the infection level is 6 or more, it is not. Place a new randomly drawn Zeds unit on the track start space. If it is 5 or less, place the VIP survivors unit there instead. I don't know, the VIPs got killed before, but I just pretend that's a new VIP survivors. We have more than one VIPs and I can place them at player's choice. That'll be either the forest or the mountain track. I will place them on the forest track. That's cool. Then we have raiders, rangers, refugees. The rangers will not move, and then I can move 2 units. I only have 1, the VIP survivors, they move up here. Great. Outbreak on a 9, there's no 9, we are at 5, no outbreak. Consume supplies on a 6, nope. Zeds move. In the mountain track, no Zeds. This mountain track looks awesome. It's empty, no chaos, no Zeds, no nothing. Then we have movement on the highway track. That's not that good. So the strength 6 mob walks down here and these units will move over here. And then we have movement in the tunnel track. Strength 4 moves to the catacombs and the Dread Zeds will move to the Chromotax lab. By the way, I forgot to resolve the fate card, but it's a buddies to the end, it's a hold card which I can play whenever I want to. So nothing that I missed here. And then I have 4 actions. And well, as mentioned, I need ammunition, I need supplies, I need to kill Zeds. So it would be great to reduce another hit, and I would reduce these guys to 3. And I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. The Green Diamond security guards will use 1 ammo and shoot at these sets with a regular shot, no super weapon use, and they're all in 9, that's great, that's 2 hits. 1 hit will kill this unit and another hit goes to this unit. Problem is that these 2 will merge pretty soon. Then we need more ammunition. And we need supplies. And we need everything. With 2 supplies I would love to build a barricade here. So second action is Hernandez is looking for supplies, foraging, and yes, he flanked. He could also, he has a +1, so I could use an ammo. Nope, I'll take the supplies and now he will forage again for supplies. Yes. This time he'll take the ammunition because he has a +1, that's a 6. And do I have to shoot at someone? I'd love to shoot at these guys. They will be a 1/2 if they attack. And a reroll. I think I have to take the risk. This is not as risky, this is not as risky. So maybe we just get some more ammunition. And Sheriff Hunt will look for ammunition. I keep missing this. Okay, no ammunition here. Then, let's see what cards we have. Extra movement. Okay, a reaction card, the research, when a science hero is in the Matu's office space, which is kind of impossible, and an option to move refugees. That would be cool for the next VIP movement phase. So let's go for the next turn. Zeds disease quickening. The Rangers will not move, the VIP survivors will move 1 space, and I got a school bus, a repaired school bus. Play during the refugees phase to allow a moving refugee unit to move 3 spaces forward. So that's 1, 2, 3. These guys are getting closer. And we have an outbreak on a 9, no outbreak. Consume supplies on a 6, no consume supplies. Then, Zeds phase. If and when eliminated this turn, each civilians or special civilian units is replaced by a newly drawn Zeds unit. We will find out. We have movement on the highway track. The strength 3 Zeds unit moves into the town space and increase infection by 1, and they will attack the Green Diamond security guards. They are at 4, so it's a less than attack, and the town space is -2 shift, so it's a 1/3 attack on a 7, which is 3 hits to the Zeds unit, and they retreat. And this strength 6 unit moves into this, and they are a strength 8 mob now, which can be very dangerous. Then we have movement on the forest track, but there is no Zeds on the forest track. And 4 actions. 4. The first action, the security guards here will spend an ammo and a supply point to shoot with a super weapon on a 5, on the 5 column at this mob. And they roll a 4. That's only 1 hit. It's not good. So it looks like Hernandez has to look for supplies again. And he found supplies. Sorry, that was an action, and he found supplies. Another action for Sheriff Hunt to find ammunition. He finds ammunition. And I think the Green Diamonds have to shoot again. What is Schmidt doing here? Just hanging around. But that's okay. So the Green Diamond security guards, these guys, will shoot at the Zeds mob again, but without the super weapon, just a regular shot on a 4. Maybe they roll better this time. and they roll a 7 for 2 hits, so this kills this one unit and the other one takes 1 hit. Why did I do this? Because we're now at a greater than instead of a double. Let me check the camera for a second. Running, everything's fine. That's the turn. Now, next turn. Tough Zeds. No ranges, raiders, refugees, movement, outbreak on 10, we are at 6. Consume supplies, yes. Great, I kept this one. Then we have movement on the mountain track, double movement, but no Zeds here. That's awesome. And then at the end of the action phase, if the mind space is Zed controlled, I don't think it will be Zeds controlled, so I have 4 actions. 4 actions, and well, this will be search for supplies, search for ammo, shoot. I think that's the procedure for the rest of the game. Let's see what happens. So, Hernandez is looking for supplies, and he finds supplies or ammo. I think I'll take the ammo, and he will forage again. Another supply or ammo. Well, I have to take the ammunition. And he'll forage again for whatever supplies or ammo. This time I'll take the supplies. And let's see, these guys will go down to 3. If I get 2 hits, that would be awesome. Or I could shoot at... no. The Green Diamond security guards use the last action and 1 ammunition to shoot at the strength 6 unit. Zeds. Oh, come on. That's only 1 hit. Well. Now, next turn. Wandering Zeds. That's a blue card that made its way to the bottom of the pile. We have Rangers, Raiders, Refugees, 1 movement for the VIP survivors. We have an outbreak on an 8, we are at 6 still, we consume no supplies, and at the beginning of the Zeds phase make a fate draw. It says suburbs. Select 1 non-starting unit, a non-start space on the track occupied by a player unit and conduct... wait a second. Select 1 non-start space on the track occupied by a player unit, that's the town space here, and conduct equal to attack. So, infection is raised by 1. The Rangers are attacked on an equal to. They get a -2 shift because they're in a town, and a -2 because of their special ability when attacked. So that's a 1/3 attack. I'm not too scared, except on an 11 or 12. It's a 6, so nothing happens. Then we have movement, unfortunately, on the highway track, and the strength 6 unit moves into the town. Increase infection by 1. 6 against 4, that's greater. Shifted down by 2 is less than. Let's hope for a good roll. That's well, mediocre roll. 3 hits to the attacker and they retreat, so they will flip over. And 1 hit to the defender. Okay, now I'm feeling safer now. And we have movement in the tunnel track. Strength 4 Zeds unit is in the catacombs and they will move. They'll move towards Sheriff Hunt. Oh, wait a second. The suburbs. Okay. I keep forgetting those fate cards because I put them underneath the other card, but that's not important. So, They increase infection, and they are less than 4 against 5, and that's a namespace, so we're at a 1/2. And Sheriff Hunt can re-roll the roll if he wants to. So, here's the attack roll, a 9. That would be 2 hits to the Zeds and 1 hit on Sheriff Hunt. I want to re-roll this. That's his martial arts skill, and I hope for a 7 or less. A 6, that's great. A 6 is 3 hits to this unit, and it's kill. Sheriff Hunt is great. And this Zeds unit moves up here. I had drew this Fate card, which is Rescue Signal brings Supply Drop, and I can hold this card and play it anytime to gain 2 supply and 2 ammo points. I will play this immediately, and I really need it. That was the movement, the Zeds phase. I got 2 actions, and I'm pretty happy I got this ammo and supplies. I think these are no more threat, because they only can take 1 hit and they are lower strength, so I think we have to care about the berserks. The rangers, and we should look for the final component, shouldn't we? First action, the rangers will shoot with the super weapon, consuming ammo and supply, at the berserks. They have ranged, so they can shoot it here, and that's 5, -1 for ranged, +1 for super weapon. So they are shooting on the 5 column on a 3. That's 1 hit. That's unfortunately only 1 hit. So we have to do that again later. But I think now we really have to look for the final component to, if we survive, have a better victory. So 1 action and 1 supply for another research action, and we need a 6. Yay! That's great. So we can place the final component, and I'm sorry, I have to look this up every time. Give me a second. I'm too lazy to cut this out in the editing. Okay, track, final component, make a fate draw. There's a fate draw where Zeds are weakest. So I have a choice to place the final component on the forest or the mountain track. And on the forest it will be in the farm space, and on the mountain it would be in the mine space. I'll place it here because then the survivors could pick them up, or the civilians. That's cool. And the fate draw says, hold this card as drastic times, drastic measures. Played during the action phase, you may spend 1 ammunition to reduce the infection level by 1. Okay, maybe. And that was the second action. Next turn, National Security Guard. So, National Guard. So, here I'm using my house rule. I'm sorry, I am not a fan of just rolling a die and see if it's over. So the house rule goes like this. The card is always between Act 2 and 3, and the National Guard will be placed on the track where Zeds are strongest, which is obviously the suburbs track. and they will move automatically, or they can move each RRR phase one space towards town center, and they have a strength of 13. They are supposed to march right through, but they can be weakened, they have to fight, they do not restore order, so it's pretty easy. And yeah, well, let's see, so we're at the last, I don't know, maybe 8 turns. And we have RRR phase, Hell's Dinner Bells. I will move the VIP survivors over here. Are they a player unit? I think they are. Move them over here so they can pick up the final component. And I will not move the Rangers. There is no outbreak. Consume supplies on 3. No, we only have 1 civilian unit, and they guarded St. Thomas pretty well, and the village is there. And then we have the Zeds phase. At the beginning of the Zeds phase, all Zeds units in or adjacent to a village or town space occupied by a player, which are these 2 units, are flipped to their full strength side. That's a bad idea. But they keep their markers. Okay. Anyone else? Nope. Then we have movement in the mountain track, empty. And then we have movement in the tunnel track, and the Dread Zeds will move into the catacombs. I hope they are moving slow. And we have 3 actions. Oh wait, and of course I forgot on the RRR phase to move the National Guard. 3 actions. 4. The first action, the Rangers will shoot at the Berserks again. And they'll use the super weapon. They cannot roll bad all the time. So this is on a 5, and they roll a 7, which is 2 hits. So the Berserks unit is turned over and retreats a space. That's cool. Then the green diamonds, security guards, use the last ammunition to shoot at the strength 6 unit. This one needs to be reduced again. And with a 4, ooh, that's 0 hit, that's nothing. And now we need, we need everything. But what I wanted to do is do a search and retrieval with the VIP survivors, and they pick up the final component. So we're starting the next phase without supplies and without ammunition. Okay. Next turn. Brains. Ouch. Okay. First, increase infection level by more than 1, so I just push it on a 10. And then every Zeds unit on each track move 1 space. No unit here, no unit here. The strength 6 unit, which refuses to die, moves to town and attack the green diamond security guards. They are greater than and reduced to less than because it's the town. and we have an 8. So let's see. They retreat and take 2 hits. And these guys take 2 hits. And only when they win a hand-to-hand combat, they retreat. Sorry, just a bit distracted by the phone here. The Zeds move, maybe because they're in the catacombs, and they move. And then we have the strength 4 Zeds move, increase infection. They are less than and reduced by 2 because of the town space and another space down for the special ability, so they make a 1/3 attack, which doesn't scare me. On a 9 they take 2 damage and retreat, and the Berserks move. That was the Brains card. Now we have, you gotta be kidding, the Raiders. We have no Raiders. Rangers stay where they are. The survivors will move 1 space with the final component, and yep, we have no outbreak. We have consume supplies on the 4. And at the beginning of the Zeds phase, remove all dead Z markers, oh come on, from the units, and then place newly drawn Zeds unit at the start of each empty track, which is the forest track. It's 5, and I forgot to move the National Guard. And on the mountain track. 5 and 8, but I hope they are too slow. So the guard is coming closer, and now we have Zed's movement on all spaces. This is 1 movement here, 1 movement here. Then these guys attack again. Still, now they are greater than, and the town shift of -2 is less than, and they roll a 4, which deals 0 damage to the green diamonds and 3 to the unit. Yay! That was time. Then the Zeds move over here, and the strength 4 Zeds move into the town space, and again this is a 1/3 attack. On a 6 that's 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Berserkers move in here, and now we have a Z mod, a Berserker Z mod here, which is smart. I think I have to shoot this. 3 actions. 3 actions. And the Zeds could become a problem too. Okay, these guys, just let's do a calculation. Let's say they move in here. They have strength 6, which is greater. They go up to double because they are smart. Reduced by 2 because of town center. Reduced by 1. That would be a less than attack. That's very risky. Keeping hunt here is risky too, but well, okay, first Hunt needs to... first I will forage with Hernandez. One action. And he'll find supplies. Then I will look for ammunition with Sheriff Hunt. Please find something. Yes, 2 ammunition. That's great. And I think... I mean, both situations are scary, but this one is more scary. And that's why the Rangers will take the last action and shoot with the super weapon at this Zed mob here on a 6. That's a 5. That's 2 hits. So this unit is removed. And the Berserkers retreat 1 space. That's the turn. Next turn. There's no way out. No Raiders, Rangers, Refugees movement. I'll keep the Rangers there. They're okay. And we have Zeds units attacking terrain spaces this turn receive a +1, and if you lose, do not risk retreat, instead take 1 additional hit. Okay, we have movements on the highway track, empty. We have movement on the suburbs track. The Berserkers come closer again. They need another 3 hits. And movement on the tunnel track. Let's see the Zeds move. They are in the catacombs and they move. So, I did forget the outbreak, did I? I did. Okay, they move, but before they move, sorry, I have to do the outbreak. That's another fate card and an outbreak in the mountain track. That'll be Lefty's Pass. And that's Chaos here. And I have to resolve this card. That's the Living Dead. The cemetery at St. Thomas has come alive. From Z-Corp, select a combination of that Zeds unit whose total fighting value is at least equal to the current infection level, so 5. And I know there's one, I think there's one unit which goes from 5 to 1. So they will rise here and will immediately attack, increase the infection, and that's a 5 against 4, which is greater than, reduced by 2 because of the barricades. And yeah, that's a less than. A 3, awesome, that's 3 hits and they retreat. Okay, sorry, this was the outbreak phase, and we had the consume supplies, we had movement on the highway, movement on the suburbs track, now we have movement on the tunnel. In the tunnel track we already rolled, the Red Zeds are moving, so they are moving into the place of Sheriff Hunt, increase infection by 1, and this will get ugly because they are at double and this is reduced by 1 because of an empty space, but they receive a 1 shift because of this card. So it's a double attack on a 9. This would be 3 hits to hunt. I can reroll it, and I will reroll this. It's a 10, not better. So hunt retreats, and the dread sets move in here. And let's see, hunt can roll for each hit, and on 4, 5, 6 the hit is cancelled, so he took 3 hits and he cancels all 3. This is a hero, a true hero. And still, oh wait, I'm not concentrated today. And if you lose, do not retreat, instead take an additional hit. So he'll take an additional hit, I roll if he is tough. He is tough, he just cancelled 4 hits. And then perform a second attack there, Zeds attack there, okay. So that was a lucky first attack, and here comes the second attack. And I'm not sure if this is a regular attack. Yeah, no it's not, because it says when attacking terrain spaces this turn. So same procedure, they are attacking on the double column, on an 8. I'm gonna reroll it, and it's a 3, that's cool, a 3 on a double. They retreat and take 2 hits, and Sheriff Hunt will take 2 hits. Let's roll for Sheriff Hunt for his 2 hits if he is tough. Okay, he takes 1 hit. And the dread sets, they will roll 2. They're a tough 2, so on a 4, 5, 6 the hits are cancelled. They cancel 1 hit, so they take 1 hit. Okay, better than expected. That was the Zeds phase, and then we have 3 actions. 3 actions. Did I move the National Guards? I don't know. Okay, no danger here at the moment. This is dangerous, but on the other hand, they roll on a 1/3 table. They will retreat. No, they roll. Wait a second. They are less. Yeah, they will roll on 1/3. So this is the most dangerous situation here. Hernandez will forage for whatever, for ammunition or supplies. He'll take the supplies, because now Sheriff Hunt can shoot with a super weapon at the dread Zeds. That's on a 4. 3 plus super weapon, that's a 4. But on the other hand, the dread Zeds do not retreat. Yeah, I'll do this anyway. On a 4. 11, wow, that's 3 hits. 3 possible hits, because they are top, and on a 4, 5 or 6 the hits are cancelled. No hit cancelled. Wow, this is getting a really lucky dice roll streak, so they are down at 5. And for the last action, Hernandez will forage again and finds us with his +1 supplies, just in case we have to consume supplies. I wonder if I should move AG down here. When they enter the Matthäus office space, I can increase research by 2. So maybe I could even find the antidote. We'll find out how many actions we have and what's happening next. Oh look, cute puppies! Raiders, Rangers, Refugees. The National Guard moves one space closer. The survivors, the VIP survivors, move one space closer. Then we have an outbreak on 8. We are at 7, so no outbreak. Consume supplies on 5. The Zeds move on the mountain track. One space and another space. Here we have chaos. And they move in the tunnel track. The Dread Zeds are in the catacombs. They have to roll. If they move, they get lost. Let's see where they get lost. That's so lucky. 3. They really get lost. So bye bye Dread Zeds. Really great. But we have at the end of the action phase Zeds. The Zeds will appear. And we have 3 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for the first action, I will send AG. They can skip. She can skip the space because of Hernandez. 1, 2, 3, 4 down here. For another action, I will move the VIP survivors here. And for the third action, Sheriff Hunt will look for ammunition. Doesn't find anything. And now the Zeds appear, and if Matus is under arrest they appear in the start space. Well, they move double, but I still hope they're too slow to be any danger. 1, 2, 1, 2. Who knows? Next turn. Raiders appear. Okay. Immediately make a fake draw on the highway, and we have the Raiders appear here, and they move automatically in the RRR phase. Then the National Guard approaches, and the Rangers stay here, and the VIP survivors will move into town center, and we found the final component. Great. Hold this card. Some civilians get organized. Play at any time to place the civilian leader marker on any regular civilians unit. Since we only have one regular civilians unit, which is here, I'll place this immediately and discard the card. Outbreak on an 8. No outbreak. We are at 7. Consume supplies. No. Zeds movement on the highway track. No. Zeds movement on the suburbs track. So the Berserkers move into this town space, increase infection by 1, and they have strength 4, so it's less than. They are smart, so it's equal. They fight against the Rangers, which is less than, in the town center, which goes to 1/3. And they roll, wow, they roll an 11. That's 2 hits to the Berserkers, and unfortunately 1 hit for the Rangers. Okay. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Then I have 1 action. This card goes here, and for the 1 action I will move AG in Martu's office space That will increase infection, and then I will play Farmingdale Project Dossier, hold this card, play this card at any time to gain 2 research levels when a science hero is in Dr. Matu's office space. And he must be under arrest, which he is. Which now means we found the antidote. Eureka! Awesome. Now we just have to survive for 4 more rounds. That's the turn. Next turn. RRR phase. Oh, and I forgot something. The VIP survivors entered the town center. So let me check my sheet here. I can choose to increase research by 1. Infection -3, heal any 2 units in hospital, 4 supply and 2 ammo. I'll take the 4 supplies, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 ammunition. And they are safe. Okay. We have RRR phase. The raiders move and the raiders restore and increase infection by 1. The rangers will not move, and of course the National Guard will move. And we have an outbreak. Outbreak on 8+, we are at 10. Where? In the forest. On the forest track, that's in St. Thomas. And we have strength 6. So that will increase infection by 1. And we have a strength 6 which is greater than 4, but it's reduced by 2 because it's an empty space, and by 1 because we have the civilian leader marker. So we are at 1/2. How about this? Okay. They retreat and take 3 damage. No danger here. And hold this card. You may use this card once any time during the Zeds phase to cancel 1 Zeds unit's entire movement. Awesome. I'll keep this here. That was the outbreak. Consume supplies on a 2+, no supplies. And during the Zeds phase, all Super Zeds units only move 1 additional space and receive +2 shift when attacking. Ouch. Okay. And all Zeds move. So these will move first. They move into St. Thomas again. Now it's 4 against 4, an equal attack. Shifted down by 3 columns, barricades and civilian leaders. So that's lucky rolls. They take 5 damage. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But these sets move in there. Then we have movement in the mountain track. Chaos and more movement. Then we have movement in the highway track, no movement here. Then we have the Were Zeds, and the Were Zeds move 2 spaces, 1, 2, and they are Super Zeds, so they move 1 additional space, that's the catacombs. And now we have the Berserks here, and I'm not sure. They get a +2 shift when attacking. That is less than +1 for Smart Zeds, +2 for this card, -2 for the town, -1 for the Rangers. That would be a less than attack, and this could be a risk because they are berserkers. If they win this attack, they will move into town center. So I will cancel the first movement with this card. Once per turn I can do this, but I have to roll, and on a 4, 5, 6 the card is discarded. No, it's not discarded. But they still perform a second move. I cannot... Oh, let's see if I can play a card. They move into the town space, increase infection by 1, and we calculated that they are on a less than, and they roll a 5. So they take 3 hits and die. Oops. They die and fly. And the Rangers take 1 hit. Great. We are getting there. We're getting there. That was all Zeds movement. And I have 1 action. And for the 1 action, I think I will... We could save AG from being eaten by the Zeds. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. These guys can get dangerous. So maybe I want to move the Rangers up there. Okay, but let's save AG. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She deserves it. By the way, I just read this. When restoring order, which she should have done at the end of her turn, I think I still can do that. It wouldn't change anything. She reduces infection level by 2 instead of, and if the super weapon is discovered by 3. Now by 2 if the super weapon is discovered, by 3 if the antidote is discovered, and yeah, cool. Next turn. Next turn's Mine Explosion. The National Guard moves closer, and actually I didn't rule the bridge and the National Guard. I just didn't rule it. So let's say they cannot enter the bridge until it's repaired. That's thematic. Then we have Rangers movement, and I will move them here. Yeah, I'll move them here. And the Raiders move, and we have no outbreak, no supplies, no consumed supplies. The Zeds move on the mountain track, and the Zeds move on the suburbs track, which is empty. And then at the beginning of your action phase, check the mine space. Any units located there, there are no units in the mine space. 3 actions. First action is build a ferry for the National Guards. Second action is, let me see, that would be a 3. I could either change places here or shoot at this Zeds unit. But that would only be a 3. Okay, so I will change places. Deputy Schmidt will move, and he will move to the town center. He could move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 and wait for the raiders. He's not that strong, but we don't need him anywhere else. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the next action, I will move the rangers into this space. That's it. Next turn. Flaming Zeds. RRR. The National Guard moves closer. The raiders move into the space with Schmidt, and they attack, right? Right, they attack. So, but they do not increase infection because they're not infected. So this is a triple, -1 for a named space, -1 because it's Sheriff Hunt, because it's Deputy Schmidt in the highway track, and I can re-roll it. It's a greater than. On a 5, I think I will not re-roll it. So they take 2 hits, turned over to 3, and Schmidt will take 2 hits, and he is tough, so they are cancelled on a 4+. Wow, those sheriffs and deputies are really great. That's the RRR phase. Let me check. Okay, no outbreak, no consume supplies. Then the Zeds turn. During the Zeds phase, every Zeds unit that enters or leaves a chaos space, we don't have such a unit. So receive +2 hand-to-hand attacks this turn. At the end of the Zeds phase, each affected had... Okay, so no Zed is affected and all Zeds move. Wait, let's keep this here. So these Zeds move to St. Thomas, still trying to get through there. 6 against 4, that's greater than, -3 columns, that's 1/2. 1/2 on an 8 is 1 hit, 1 casualty to these civilians, and 2 hits, 1, 2 to the mob. Part of the mob is gone. Then we have movement on the mountain track. Strength 5 moves into this town space with the rangers. They are greater than. -2 columns for town space and -1 because it's the rangers. That's a 1/2 attack. And they roll a 6. They retreat and take 3 damage. And the strength 8 moves to the campground. No Zeds here. The where Zeds. Let's see if they move. They move 2 spaces. First movement in the catacombs. They get lost. Hopefully not somewhere in here. Hopefully on 5. 3. Okay. Then the second where Zeds movement. Let's see if they move out of this space. Lost another die. Another 6. So they get lost to space number 1. Now I hate them. Now I hate them. Don't ruin my game. And no units move here. Bad. Okay. Two actions. These guys are a problem now. So if I shoot at them with a super weapon and deal 2 damage, they will retreat and fight Sheriff Hunt. But even if he dies, which would be sad, they will be 1 space further away. And I like the idea. So for the first action, Sheriff Hunt will use the super weapon and shoot at the Zeds on a 4. 10. How great is that? So 3 hits, they are reduced to 3, they retreat and automatically, immediately attack Sheriff Hunt. This is +1 infection. Oh, they do +2 infection, and I think I forgot this. No, I didn't forget it. Okay, so. And they attack on an equal to, because now it's 3 against 3, less than because it's a namespace, and another, no -1. Less than 7. I could re-roll, but I don't want to re-roll, because now they retreat and take another 2 hits, and Sheriff Hunt takes 1 hit, which is cancelled on a 4, 5, 6. Great. And that was the first action. And for the second action, do we need more ammunition? He will forage for ammunition, just in case we need it, and he doesn't find anything. Next turn. Now, Suburbs Night Assault. The National Guard moves, so that'll be the last turn. And we have an outbreak on a 10, we are at 9, we don't consume supplies. We have Suburbs Night Assault. We don't have any Zeds on a suburb, so no movement, no effect. And we have 3 actions. 3 actions. And well, let's just shoot a bit. For 1 action, ammo and supplies. Sheriff Hunt will shoot at the Zeds again. Now, that's a regular shot, because they only need 1 more hit. He's on 3. And if he rolls a 4, that's, well, no hit. Okay, so he will forage for more ammunition. No. And this is not very motivating. Yeah, that's really not more useful things I can do. By the way, I forgot to move the raiders in the RRR phase, but actually, well, something would have happened here which wouldn't affect the outcome of the game. And for the last action, he'll forage for ammunition again. No ammunition. turn is over. I don't have any more cards. If the National Guards would have happened to be pushed back or whatever, stopped by a bridge, by the broken bridge, then you would just reshuffle the cards or shuffle the cards that are not in play. But actually, it doesn't matter which card I pick up. It starts with the RRR phase. In the RRR phase, the National Guards move in here, and we are saved. And we're not only saved, we found the super weapon. We found the antidote. We developed the super weapon. We found the antidote, and we saved 3 refugees. This is an exceptional victory, which I will not read out loud. You can read this on rulebook, and I even rescued the VIP survivors. That was great, and I really didn't know how this would end when I started this video, the last video. Okay, I hope you had fun, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope I didn't make too many mistakes, and well, see you next time. Thanks for watching, bye!